7570. Call now.
We have a dog and cat at our house, so this week when the weather was so cold, my husband and I were very glad when Maddie and Marmalade chose to cuddle up next to us because they were able to keep us so warm. Well, you can have your own pet heater and one to love forever when you adopt a dog or a cat from the Humane Educational Society. Jeanine Cloyd came pet-free.
Yes,
today because they're all nice and warm at HES. So
I know everyone's probably disappointed.
I know, but it's cold for them to get out now.
It's really cold. Although the dog walkers, the volunteer dog walkers, and they're still running play groups because dogs, they don't care as long as it's a short time outside. Yeah. They're frisky, but then there gets to a point where their paws are too cold and they need to go in.
Yeah, and they know what that magic time period is.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So it's actually a good time for us to talk though too, because a lot of people don't have a pet of their own, but they have neighborhood cats. I saw one on my way in this morning. I was coming down Dayton Boulevard and a cat came running across the way.
Yeah.
So you're working really hard to take care of these community cats too.
We are, yes. So we have a trap, neuter, return program. TNR is what it's called. And our latest thing with all this weather is we've been making warm winter housing, as we call it, but it's basically thick styrofoam coolers. We fill them with straw, tape the lids on, and there's a hole cut in them, and they can get in there. And a cooler is interesting because if you put something warm, like an animal, if they get inside there, their body heat will warm the whole area up. And we've put it a lot out in the community, and we can't keep up with the demand, but we have put probably 80 or more out in just the last 2 weeks.
If you want to make your own, that's great, but you said make sure you use straw and not hay. Correct,
yeah, so straw for strays, and hay is for eating, for farm animals, but also it gets moldy and wet where straw sort of repels water. And a lot of people want to put blankets in their cat housings, but blankets sort of pull moisture from the air. And then you have an animal that lays on that, and that sucks the heat right out of them. So blankets aren't the best. Straw is better. They put a bunch in and they can burrow into it. Yeah.
So in terms of if anybody does want to come and adopt right now, are y'all open regular hours, or has the cold affected things?
We are. We had some issues right after the ice and everything, but yeah, we're open normal hours now.
And people can get out and kind of see the animals outside. If they are looking at a dog, they can kind of go
play with them. They can go outside to a
Mm-hmm.
yard, yes. And we also have indoor meet and greet rooms as well. Yes.
What about your need for fosters? Are you still needing foster families?
That's a good point, because that kind of goes right with our TNR program. So in the spring, that's when the kittens start coming, right? Mostly kittens, puppies too, but really a lot of kittens, and that's due to these outside cats. Probably 80-90% of the cats that come into our shelter are due to outside cats breeding.
Yeah.
And so in the spring, the foster program really amps up. We don't, right now fosters are saying, I'd love to have some kittens, but we don't have a whole lot coming in right now. But we will. And so for our trap, neuter, return program, we want to get out there and really hit it hard to spay and neuter these guys so that we can stop this influx of kittens in the spring and all through the summer, actually.
Okay, so real quickly on the TNR side of it, then I'll talk fostering, but if people are watching and they have some community cats they're concerned about, they can contact you?
Yes, they can go to our website, and which is heschat.org, but put a / in TNR.
Okay.
And that'll take them to an application, information and an application to ask for our help.
Okay.
They have to live in our jurisdiction. We gave shelters out to anybody who wanted them, doesn't matter where you live. But for the TNR itself, you have to live in our jurisdiction, the areas that we're...
which is Hamilton County, but not the city of Chattanooga, pretty much.
Correct, or Red Bank, or Lakeside, or Eastridge. Eastridge has their own shelter. It's a little crazy how it's all divided.
Okay.
But, so yeah, we're, Collegedale and Harrison and Birchwood and Georgetown and Soddy Daisy and Sail Creek, and so we're all around those areas.
Okay.
And if you have a lot of cats, we have a team of volunteers that will come out, and we'll bring a van full of traps, and we'll trap those guys, take them back to the shelter. We spay and neuter neuter them, we vaccinate them, tip their ear, so their left ear will be straight across instead of a little
And that way
point.
you can detect them.
That way anyone who sees them can say, that cat cannot have kittens or produce kittens in any way.
Yeah. So on the foster side of things, I will tell you, y'all probably know my story of how we found those kittens and fostered them. It has been so much fun because my friends here who have them will bring me pictures.
Yeah.
So these little tiny kittens that would have otherwise been lost, the two of them who are with Jason, thriving, have so much fun. They live in a cat heaven, I think, because they have all types of toys and comforts. And then the little gray one that Ashlyn ended up adopting, he's my miracle one, I think, because his little fight was such a hard one.
Yeah.
And he could not get healthy. And we were at the Humane Society all the time. Y'all coaxed us through, walked us through everything. He is the most gorgeous, Persian-looking, happy cat, also living in the lap of luxury. So if you can do the foster, it really changes these lives.
Yeah, and you know, those kittens were a direct result of outside community cats. And so we love kittens. Everybody loves kittens, but the fact is we have too many. You know, any day during the summertime and late spring, we have 250 of those babies in foster care and more coming through the door every day. So we need to bring that down, and you know, because it's really stressful on all of our resources, on the community, all the way around, and there's a lot of suffering that goes along with that. So if you have outside cats and you're, you know, for whatever reason you're worried, call us, because they live a much healthier, better life if we can spay and neuter them.
Then here's where you'll find them. So the website is heschat.org, and then do the /TNR.
/TNR, yes, because we're doing some changes to the site with the TNR, so right now you have to do that /TNR to get to it.
Or go just find a pet to bring home and love forever. I think about donating some supplies to them. Whatever you choose to do, they'll happily welcome you through those doors. Thanks.
Thank you, Julie.
The Kubota